My father is the devil, so I cut him from my life, and I know it is killing him inside. Hi Reddit. So I don't make many posts, but wanted to share a story of something that I have been thinking about recently. So as a quick context to the revenge, my father is a devil of sorts. When he was married to my mother, he would cheat on her, and physically, mentally, and emotionally abuse her. At one point, he even forced my mother to stay in an overseas country, he's from there, without leaving, while going to the States to cheat and steal money from women and destroy their credit. Actual evil stuff, to the point that I didn't know I had other siblings besides my brother, who was a year older than me, until I was 17. Every sibling is a year apart, and my mother didn't get a divorce until I was 6. She had to trick him to get me and my brother out of the country and back to the States, and then file a divorce. This whole time, I was living with my mother, and even though we weren't well off, since he destroyed her credit and forced her out of college when they got married, she still did everything for my brother and I. She got remarried when I was 8, and my stepfather was there for me when I needed it. She even had my little brother, and had to care for all of us, while working and trying to go to school, so she could better support the family. After I turned 17 and left the house, I graduated high school early. I stumbled from place to place, dealing with anxiety and depression that I didn't realize I had. She was patient and understanding, trying to help me, but my older brother would try to live with my father for some reason. My father ended up kicking him out for basically no reason, and my brother was forced to figure it out. My mother got a townhouse for my brother and I so we could go to college and try to get something better. At the time, my mom was overseas working as a teacher to try and make more money, so my brother and I were alone in the States. My mom would help me out with college and anything that I would need, but my brother was still in contact with my father and would basically be brainwashed by him, even though he almost made him homeless, and my mother would do everything to help. My brother started to think that my mother was the problem, that she was being horrible, and that my father was the only one who cared for him. I saw through all of this, but my mom would say, "He's still your father, so I won't tell you to not speak to him. That is your decision, and I won't stop your decision. I love my mother and everything she did and does for me." Cue the revenge. I know how much my father's brainwashing my brother was hurting my mother, and how much it hurt her that my brother was constantly attacking and belittling my mother was. So I came up with a plan. See, most stories talk about the golden child and how much that person was spoiled and how they don't see the issues and stay complacent with the way things are. I actually am the golden child, and I know this because I am the only one that listens and empathizes with the family. The only one that everyone can talk to without being judged in the conversation, but would also say things for how it is. I also give people my world and follow through with it. Lastly, I'm the only one that went to college, and am going to graduate with a master's this year on my own accord, and has a steady and good job. So my father would try to talk to me, and I would answer and let him talk, never argue, and would agree with him, even if I thought what he was saying was horseshit. As I would tell him about my achievements and everything, I would hear him say how proud he was of me, and how he wished my other siblings would follow suit. How out of all the children, he trusted and cared for me the most. All the while I knew of the horrible, sick, and disgusting shit he did to my mother. I ended up hanging up and blocking him, now having no contact. It seems small, but knowing him and how much of the golden child I am, I know this killed him inside. If I could done more, I would have. But it seems like I have an opportunity recently, since his new wife has contacted me about the same issues and wants a divorce, and has been giving her advice about how she could take everything from him and crush his livelihood. He is a truck driver, but she helped buy the truck for him and helped his business, so I'm telling her to take his truck, his business, and anything else she can to ruin any way he can make money. Not the greatest revenge, but wanted to share a story of the golden child from the golden child's eyes and getting revenge on the one that did the one you care most about wrong. Subscribe.